Hey, a quick recap of Spring Lake. Just got home, put stuff away, and I struggled personally. I know there was 3 or 4 guys out there as well. I know only one of them caught one fish. It was a dink. He was flipping and punching basically back in the tulies. I believe he said a ½ ounce, but that seemed heavy, so maybe it was lighter. So forgive me on that if it was. Very, very tough bite for me. I thought I'd throw this little segment up so you don't have to go and watch the full video. If you're wondering about Spring Lake right now, the water temp is, it was 48 right at the boat launch. I went out to mid-lake and it was around 50. And as it warmed up, it got I think I maybe saw 51. But the water is very, very staying. It's kind of unusual staying too. What I mean by that is as you kick or as you disturb the water, soot comes up and you're not shallow. I mean, I was in 22 feet of water and you could disturb the water and it would be really silty, kind of strange. Even as your line's penetrating through the water column, it's leaving a distinctive line. So it's really, really unusual. Not that I was kicking up sand or silt from the bottom. It was just suspended in the various water columns. The south end of the lake was the most clear, and it didn't have as much, but it was still there. So very, very, very strange as far as that. You can see me, well, I'm probably not going to show much of what I was doing, but virtually dragging a jig, virtually just slow crawling it on the bottom to swimming it just off the bottom to dragging it uphill to dragging it downhill, dragging it horizontal along the breaks. And just nothing. Switched to a shaky head, pretty much did the same thing, Texas rigged, pitching back in the tulies, nothing. Punched that offshore mat, nothing. Went over to the rocks, as you probably know, on that south end, and pretty much did the same thing. And it wasn't until I picked up a drop shot with a really short leader to a 1/4 ounce weight. I tried a longer leader, nothing. I started just going down in length, and finally, right about that ½ foot, like 8 inches, 12, 6 inches, somewhere around there, that I picked up too, and it was back to back. But they were dinks, as if you continue on, you'll see. So that's pretty much my breakdown as far as Spring Lake. It was really, really tough for all, and I think it had to do with post front, severe drop in water temp, bluebird sky, Florida strain bass, which we know that can't stand the cold. The 2 I did catch, they were like ice cubes. They were really cold to the touch, noticeably cold to the touch, and very lethargic. So even on my way to Spring Lake, I was like, what am I doing? I'm going after Florida strain, and it's, I had an ice freeze the night before. It wasn't supposed to get up until, like the mid 50s. I think it got a little warmer, but wasn't forecast to. And 0 wind, like I said, bluebird skies, very, very tough conditions. But sometimes that's fun. You try to throw different things at them. Yes, I cranked. Yes, I threw square bills, lipless, even the bladed jigs and things of that nature, and just was not getting bit until I picked up the drop. So take it or leave it. That was my experience. But as I was saying, I was even on my way to Spring Lake, and I was like, man, I should just go back to Sonoma or something, because they're not, the smallmouth or the largies, the northern strains out there are not as affected. But I went through with my plans and didn't get skunked, so that's a good thing. I think I'm going on about 2 years without getting skunked. The drop shot is definitely part of my panic tackle. If you need a bite, I'm very confident on the drop that will get you that bite. You like to catch them other techniques in other ways, but something about that drop, and they definitely eat it. You just have to put the time in. So I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the week or the next couple weeks. I'd like to get out to Clear Lake to pre-practice for the TOC. I wouldn't mind going over and fishing Berryessa. Dale has expressed interest in going doing that. So I just don't think I'm going to fish Spring Lake for a while unless the water really clears up, unless it stables out a little bit. If you haven't seen, go over to my friend Lord_Bird on Instagram. Jake has just been killing it out at Spring Lake, especially last week when we had those stable conditions. He did really, really well out there, including an 8.2. So go check out some of his pigs. He crushed them. He loves throwing those big swim jigs, those swim baits, and it shows. So go check out those pigs. Give him a follow as well. Good guy. He's a float tuber. Fishes out of a 7 bass. So just a local hammer. So go check him out. Until then, I will see you next Thursday. Thursday, November, what is it, 10th? Yeah, November 10th. Back out at Spring Lake. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. It's definitely starting to warm up. I'm gonna hit kind of shallow. That drops off here pretty deep, pretty quick. Water temp is 50 degrees right here in the middle. I'm sitting about 7.5 feet of water. I haven't seen anything bust yet. But I think I'm going to start heading that way, up lake, see what happens. I'm sitting on a big flat right now. I'm not marking anything. I haven't marked anything since the ramp. So, let's see, first cast, here we go. Starting on the lipless, Berkley War Pig, 1/2 ounce. This is called Ghost Morning Dawn. I'm quickly booking it over here. I see a school of fish and cormorants are coming up with good size looking, I don't know what they are, bluegills or whatever. They look silver though, so maybe some kind of shad. I realized that I just have everything like Sonoma. I was like, it's all gonna be finessey. I'm gonna be dragging jigs and yeah, shaky heads and drop shots and stuff. So I didn't really bring anything that was of value for this colored stained water like a dummy. But gonna try to make it happen regardless. Let's see if I can sneak up on them. Oh, they're right here. They must have moved. Yeah, all these birds right here have just been feasting. They're still diving. And it's 7 feet of water. Yeah, they're still coming up with food. Okay, let's see what happens here. 6 feet of water, yeah, they're tiny little. I thought I saw something, might have been a flick of its bill, but from far away it looked like they were pretty good sized bait. Oh well. Just gonna random cast right through here. I wish I had my gold spinnerbait. All I got is a painted, but that's all right. Let's see what happens. All right, saving battery. I thought I was gonna get skunked. I still might get skunked. That absolutely took forever. No wonder this thing's like an ice box, man. He's so cold, so cold. But I'll take a dink. Oh, yeah, he's not gonna go to 13. Look how cold he is. Oh my word. It is like, I think 12:30. 12:30. Just came to this back wall, and just been dragging a jig over these rocks. Then I switched to a shaky head, and then I finally picked up the drop. But I will say that I've been just chunking and winding since this morning. So maybe it's just the drop. I think I bent out on I got snagged up on a rock earlier, just a couple casts ago. Well, that felt good. I am not skunked. That I think I haven't been skunked in 2 years. So I'm keeping the streak alive. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last. Oh, now I'm snagged on the rock again. Oh, there it goes. Good. This foot's frozen. So we'll see. I'll just make my way around. There's the rock right there. That little thing is an Inks. He's a little better. He's longer anyway. Longer. Okay, maybe I should have been drop shotting all day. So well, he wanted it. Okay, good. Maybe pushing 11 inches. Well, maybe I will just kind of keep the camera rolling, because that was the very next cast. And after I said have a good week, still want you to have a good week. I want to have a good week and a good weekend. Have a better weekend if I pull like a 2 or 3 out of here. But I'm just keeping it right above the rock, and they're smacking it.